Welcome and thank you for joining us again at Easy Cooking. Today we're going to cook a very good meal that my mom used to make for me, and it's no surprise I loved it. I pretty much loved everything that she cooked. Today we're making fresh cabbage dish with chicken over the stovetop. It's very easy after you get your vegetables cut up and all that. The rest is easy. It just takes a little time to finish up on the stovetop. So let's see what we need before we get started, and then we'll move to in front of the stove, and most of my video today will be done there. Chopped up cabbage, stewed tomatoes, red bell pepper, grated carrots, onion, chicken, olive oil, spices, which include salt, paprika, pepper, and dry parsley. A cup of water, and chicken broth. Now that we know what our ingredients are, we can get started. We're going to use one of our bigger pots and we'll put it on the stove. First, we'll start with adding the olive oil to it. And of course the onion. What we want to do is we want to saute the onion for a few minutes before we throw everything else in there. We'll start our stove on medium. So we had to switch stove tops, my other one was not working. So our onion is warming up on medium heat. As it's doing that, I'm going to put all my seasonings in here. And I'm going to give it a stir. Let it saute for a few minutes. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. We're going to add our carrots and we're going to add our bell peppers. Here's our bell pepper. Here's our carrot. Give it another stir. We'll let that warm up for a few minutes. After about a total of 2-3 minutes of doing this, we're going to add our tomatoes. We'll give it another stir. We'll let that warm up a little bit, give it no more than 2 to 5 minutes, and then we'll start putting our cabbage in. Our veggies have been sauteing long enough, about 5 minutes, so at this point of time, I'm going to add the cup of water. We do that before we start putting the cabbage in the pot because it will absorb it, and it will make it easier to start cooking the cabbage. And with that, we are going to start transferring the cabbage in a little bit at a time because you can't throw all of it at once unless you have a super large pot. This is my largest one that we use for a regular day-to-day basis. So I'm going to kind of add a little bit, stir a little bit, let it soften up, and then keep adding. And we are going to put the lid and let it cook for about 45 minutes, after which we are going to add the chicken and then we'll cook it for another 30. So make sure to set your timer. There's really no reason to cook it more than 45 minutes before you put your meat in it. So now that I've done this, I'm gonna put my lid just like that. Let it cook. I'll turn my heat down a little bit. It was on medium high. I'm gonna go to medium, medium low, and let it boil. 45 minutes on the timer. We'll be back. Now make sure that every once in a while during the 45-minute cooking to give it a stir. That way you get all these cabbage leaves from the top of your pot down to the bottom so that they can soften up as well and get a good cooking. So you just want to come every once in a while, maybe every 10 minutes or so, and give it a stir like that. And then put the lid back on. Just like that. And let it keep cooking. So it's been 45 minutes. This is what we have going on so far. After our timer just went off. It looks and smells great. At this point, we're going to put our chicken in there. We're gonna make sure that our chicken is buried in the juices because we want it to cook. Alright, just pat it a little bit. We're good with that. Give it another 30 minutes. You want to make sure your chicken is cooked thoroughly because it's on the bone. Quite frankly, you can use chicken thighs, chicken breast, chicken drums, chicken wings, whatever you prefer. Just make sure you have roughly 2 pounds of meat in there to have enough to go around. So give it another 30 minutes. We'll be back. It's been 30 minutes. We're just checking on our chicken here. This little piece is falling apart, so it looks like we're good. I'm just making sure the chicken is not undercooked. I'm gonna check a couple of them. Looks good. So yeah, our chicken is good. We don't need to worry about it anymore. The dish has been on the stove for an hour and 15 minutes total. This is what it looks like at the very end. I'm gonna turn my heat off. We're not ready for dinner yet, so I'm just gonna put the lid on it, but we'll give it a try in a few. I'm pretty excited. It smells really good. Alright, so my dish has cooled off enough, and here comes the best part. I want to try it quite a bit. It really smells amazing. The cabbage is so refreshing. It's not overcooked, and it's very light dish for the summer. It's really amazing. It's very nice, very light. You guys will enjoy it. I'm gonna actually finish my meal because it's dinner time. You guys enjoy your night. Subscribe to our channel. See you next time.